Indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution. Another opportunity for us to talk about what we are. Joe is still in pajamas. She doesn't feel like she wants to be on the camera right now. You know how it'll be. It's nice to have you friends here with me. What are we? Do you know what we are? I had a whole thing in my head. I was like meditating on a point to talk about in stream. And I feel I feel the point was to talk about what we are. But I think the way that I got there is almost like explaining to myself what I'm not. You know? What are we? Speaking just for myself, I'm an asshole, says Sam. Yeah, even me. Sometimes, Sam. Even me. I can be many things. And I think the thing that's most fascinating to me that I am capable of being is I am capable of being nothing. I'm capable of being in a state of carelessness as well. Right? I think that's the thing that really fascinates me is that there is this energy that I always just gets over. Got hit with a smell. There's an energy that we're all capable of, and I think it comes to us at different points in our lives. Right? I read an article yesterday about why is it that old people don't care or something like that. And it basically came down to a certain sense of self that at that point of their existence they reach a certain sense of self, and it makes them care less about the things that they don't have in their control or the things that don't really affect, if you will, their sense of self in any meaningful way. And it kind of like made me think about the way that that manifests as teenagers as well, right? I don't know if you were a teenager. Yeah? Uh-huh. And I don't know if you, during that time of your life, also adopted that don't care energy, right? I did not care as a teenager. I felt very proud of the fact that I did not care as a teenager, right? I felt like I was more more aware of the stakes of reality than my peers. And that lack of care in so many words, right? Like my mom would shout at me, "Na, na, 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 scammer, na, na, na." And I would look back and go, I don't care. No, I don't care. I hear all you're saying. Yeah, right? Some again? Unfortunately, I was not a cool guy at 14 up to the age of like 17. I did not care. And that became like my whole personality in a way, you know? And it's one of those things that I felt, again, liberated by in some ways. Then I finished high school and I started doing my own thing. Didn't you have a job? I did. I did. Right? And in that job, I found myself caring a little bit more about certain things. I think that was the thing that was really interesting to me, is I still didn't care about things at large, but I cared about things at small. Right? I started doing my hair in a certain way because I was working in the corporate world. Right? So I would like literally put gel in my hair, and then I would like stick it to the top of my head and gel it back. I would dress in a certain way because dressing this way and showing up to install cat cables wouldn't exactly, fly that much. Uh, and it was interesting to me how the things I started caring about was almost like the antithesis. That's the opposite, right? antithesis, the antithesis of what I try to not care about, right? The thing that I convinced myself of I am free of as a teenager is the thing that I started caring about as a young adult. And then I realized that in that pursuit, I was becoming something and someone else, right? Who I am, right? Today's stream topic is about who you are. Who I am changed during that time of my life. And I watched myself change and I didn't appreciate the changes that I was seeing. So I changed again. I literally took myself out of the country that I was born in and I moved to another one. And then I changed one more time. And then it wasn't a matter of me not caring anymore, but almost like being asked to not care, right? There was so much of getting asked to not care in that space. I was asked to not care about the fact that I don't want to use the word forced, but I was given I was given a space that already had other people in it with me. All right. And I had to not care in so many words about the fact that one of my roommates was smoking. I had to not care about the unwashed dishes. I had to not care about people being invited to my apartment and them using my laptop to watch sports game. Irigari. I'll say they were fucking doing it. And I do not care, right? And like in that full, is that Zhao? Hey, Zhao is here with us. Seeing Zhao on screen and like directly next to it in the real world is a little bit of a trip. Oh, yeah. And then one of the biggest things that I was asked to not care about while I was in that space is the language barrier, right? I couldn't understand the language, and it was clear to me that there would be many instances of them talking about me, right? And I had to not care about that either. And all of this, right, has gotten me back to where it is I am right now, where I spent a lot of time in meditation yesterday. And the interesting thing about meditation is that there is so much room. Terence McKenna has this whole talk where he talks about the infinity, the universe, the realities, planets, music, sciences, all the art you can imagine, all the beauty that can be created in this world already is inside of yours, right? Inside this package that is your mind. And then when you dive into that world, there is this, I don't know if it's carelessness, but fast and loose kind of rules about the way your mind builds worlds. And the conclusion that I seem to sometimes come to when I dive into those worlds is that it doesn't matter. Right? And that can be, and again, I feel like that's almost the point I'm trying to elicit at today. The I don't care and it doesn't matter mentality, nihilism, yeah, can be, I think, a good thing and a bad thing, right? Depending on how you apply it and depending on what you think about when you say nothing matters, right? I felt a great deal of liberation in being like, oh, actually, have I considered that nothing matters? And then it's like this, oh, silly me. Yeah, absurdism. I'm way more, I think, on the absurdist side of it than nihilism. But yeah, have you considered how absurd it all is, and that it doesn't matter, and that you need to care less sometimes? Meaning is a sign. Yeah, and depending on how you assign it, it will influence you, right? And a microphone? I don't know if they can hear you properly, and I want them to. No, I don't want you to stop. I want you to be heard. Like I can put a microphone on you. It's not that hard. There we go. Then you can hear little soft voices in the background. This thing didn't.
So fast.
I literally didn't even see it as well. Yeah. Before I could notice the derogatory comments, they would already disappear. You can put it where you want. It is on. Let me see what you friends have said. I do care. And what you said matters. All right. Don't interpret the teaching of the day as the opposite of what I mean. Oh, I recognize you. People keep trying to compare me to Serena Williams' husband.
I just looked it up. I mean, he's got the same facial hair.
Little bit, yeah.
Same shape facial hair. He does kind of have like, sort of like a short broccoli top.
Why is it a broccoli top? I don't know if I like the word broccoli top.
Yeah, I just learned it.
Yeah, I don't like. Again, I know that that's what they call it, but I don't know if I like it. I like broccoli even. I don't have anything against broccoli. But like when I hear the word broccoli top, it makes my hair green. Maybe that's what I need to do. I'll show you broccoli top. I'll color my hair green about it. Hey y'all, Dan is here, bored at work. I have to cover the holiday. And nothing's going on. It's a holiday today?
Valentine's Day?
It was Valentine's Day on Saturday, but do they make it a holiday on Monday?
No, not typically. We don't. I don't know.
Maybe he was working on Saturday. So what's happening? Me suddenly like, are you supposed to be working? Joe is working as well. She gets to work from home on Mondays at least. I remember the story, the Chinese smoking roommate. Technically the roommate that was smoking inside.
It's President's Day. Oh man, lucky. Dan has President's Day off. Well, I guess he's working because everybody else has it off.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, technically, Dan, the friend, I should not call them friend. They were not my friend. They were very much not my friend, I'll tell you. Was a South African. It was a South African lady. A South African lady that was, I think, shorter than Joe, which is an impressive feat. It was very shocking to me. And the reason I make this point is because this is the same woman that felt it was appropriate to try and assault me. Literally. Like, actually got assaulted by this woman. And it was at that point that all of my meditative training, I was meditating at that point in my life as well. I could feel it kicking in, where as she starts hitting me, I go, oh, this is what I've trained for. And I just start mindfully breathing about it. Calming myself back down. Yeah, I think that was technically the last time I ever saw her.
Why was she hitting you?
So I
Is
went
this a
out.
yikes story?
Yikes! I think more yikes for her than yikes for me. I went out with Nate. That was like almost he was like the co-owner of the school I was working for. And a co-owner feels a little bit liberal, but that's almost the way it came down to. He was like a partner of the place I was working for. He was a Canadian, so I could talk with him, and he invited me out for the night to go to like this trap bar, right? They would play trap music.
Mhm.
I don't know, felt very
A club.
No, bar. Kind of imagine like a hole in the wall. They're sitting and
dive bar
kind of thing, but they play trap. They call it trap bar. It's like very edgy and cool, right? And like the Chinese people that go there are also like they dress cool and they have like chains and they have baggy pants. Like it was a whole like mini culture thing, and it was cooler than most of the other places. So I was like, yeah, cool. I'm down to see what's about. Right? Went there, had a bunch of heinous conversations. And I say that only because I realize, especially in settings like that I am a little bit different to the way that other people operate. Right? Like some of the things that I heard that night was like extreme concern. Are you okay? Does your mother know you're here? Kind of thing. Does your mother know what you just said? And then I went back home, but I at that point didn't have my own transportation just yet. So I went on the scooter with Nate all the way back home. And then I live on the fourth story, so he dropped me and started leaving for his home. And then I'm climbing up to the fourth story. And then I get to my door and it is bolt locked shut. All right. So my keys doesn't work to open my door because it's bolt locked twice. Not one time, two times bolt locked on the other side. And it's not that late. It's like 9:50, like 10 minutes to 10 pretty much. So it's not so late that I know for a fact that she's sleeping inside or whatever. And then I knock on the door and then nothing. And then I knock on the door and then nothing. And then I really start knocking on that door. I start knocking on that door enough that both the neighbors at the bottom and the neighbors at the top come out of their houses to see what's happening. And then eventually the door gets opened up because I think she realized there's no amount of earphones that's going to be able to drown out how loud I can be. And then as that door opens up, she starts assaulting me.
She just opens the door.
She opens the door, starts hitting me like, "Are you crazy? You can't be making noise like that." Fucking hitting me. And I'm like, "Oh, wow, you're the one that locked me out of my own house."
This is the smoking one, isn't it? This is the
Yeah.
one Dan mentioned up
Yeah,
in chat.
yeah. And like, maybe this is like important, little bit precursor information as well. At this point, me and her had already hated each other's guts, right? Me specifically hating of her guts like a lot, like so much, because she, like, I'm very, try to be at the very least, health focused. And the fact that I was living in China already had like a little bit of a stick of my, like a little back of the head, like, oh my goodness, I'm breathing toxic air more often than not. And then I come to my own apartment, and then she's smoking inside. For what it's worth, she has the room of the balcony, right? Like the room of the balcony is hers. And then she chooses to smoke inside the house. And then on my birthday, this was the moment that things really fell apart. On my birthday, as I'm eating my cream mango cake, it was like white sponge cake with cream over it and then topped with mangoes. And they serve it with a spork. I don't know why they gave me a spork, but I, for the first time, ate a cake with a spork. And I just sat there eating my cake. And then she comes inside the house, and I watch her sit down and start smoking a cigarette inside. And I go, and very kindly, very nice, I promise. I was so nice about it. I go, "Hey," I can't even remember her name. Let's call her Jessica. "Hey, Jessica, can you please smoke outside?" And without missing a beat, she goes, "I smoked inside before you were here, and I'm going to keep smoking after you leave." And I go, "Oh, it's like that, is it? It's going to be like that for us." Yeah. And then there was a whole moment where, uh, so there was no mattresses on the Chinese beds, and she did have a nice mattress in her room. But before she had that nice mattress, she had this mini cushion mattress that was literally just laying on the floor in her room. And then she gave that to me when I got there because sleeping on planks wasn't exactly my idea. I tried to sleep on planks, and then I asked for help. I was like, "You don't you have something to do about these planks?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, I have this cushion in my room." And then, a few days passed, and with her letting me know that she smokes cigarettes inside since before I was there, I really like actually to listen to music when I shower. I like it like a lot. Like I dance even in the shower. I mean, TMI. And then I started listening to music in the shower. However, I wake up at 7 a.m. She does not. And I would listen to music. And then she would scream on the other side. I would be completely naked in the shower listening to music. And then she would like be hollering at the door, "Turn off that Satan music." For what it's worth,
Satan music.
I was listening to Cytrons.
She called it Satan
She
music.
calls it Satan music because Guru Guru is Satan. Satan likes a beat. We heard it here first, right? And then I turn my music down, and I scream, "I listen to music when I shower since before I lived here. I'm gonna keep listening to music in the shower." And then when I come back to my room, or when I go to my room, she lets me know that she's taking back the cushion. And then I go, "No," pretty much. And then she's like, "I wasn't asking." And then I laid on top of the cushion, and then she proceeded to pull it out from underneath me. Right? So those were the instances of exchange before that night where I think she was also probably fed up or frustrated or reached her breaking point and then decided to start assaulting me. And yeah, it was during that time where I realized I am in control. I am really in control. I think your computer is locked.
Oh, gross.
Gross.
Because I had to get up and it's cold.
Oh. Yeah, me just being like, ooh. So yeah, I'm very happy that I uh mastered the don't care and it doesn't matter energies because it comes in handy sometimes. I remember the story. Love to you. I am sleepy. We've been having a little bit of a sleepy morning this night as well. It's later for you. Isn't it later in New York? It is, right? Same time for us. Oh, okay. It's Eastern? Nice. I didn't actually know that. Uh, maybe that's why he's tired as well. It's because he should be on the other time, but he's not. California. I think California is a place that I would thrive in as well. They were sitting there for like 5 minutes before I came back and saw them. At that point, it's just for prosperity and making a point. Sleepy. That's oh, that's what happened. Probably one of the guys that asked me if I have a job or something. Maybe the Serena Williams. I still didn't see it. Love is true. Make on point. Sleepy. That's how we're doing it today. It'll get done. Y'all, Windows updated and I lost days of work on my manuscript. Pray for me while I scrape my GPT logs.
Yeah, Windows has this way of just like fixing stuff that's not broken.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Windows. Love that. All of this work I do on my computer, right? And that's your one job. You got one job to do work on computer. And then it's like, oh, I think I forgot about all of that work you did the last 6 days. How about you don't? How about you fucking don't do that? I'm sorry, Sam. Bless you. We got Darren saying morning, and Biggie Cheese saying hello, and Naughty saying, hey there, Naughty here. Hey, Naughty. We have this. I don't know. Do you know Naughty? Naughty, the little. I think is he a puppet? I don't know if he's a puppet. So there's a whole little TV show of Naughty, and that's literally all I can remember. I was like trying to think about like one thing that I remember about Naughty, but it's like I watched it. I was one of the older kids while the younger kids was watching that show, right? So even at like the age of 9, I thought to myself, this is some kid stuff. I don't want to watch this. President's Day, you fools. President's Day is today. Well, does that mean I'm president for today? Is that how it works? Is that how it works in America? I'm president now. It's President Day. Everybody be president. Goodbye. Thanks for the chat. Quick one. No, I don't have it off. Everyone else is. I brought my PS5 portal to work, but these losers at Motorola need to go home first. Have to pretend to be busy until then. When you're saying your PS5 portal, you have one of those like Switch-like devices? Is that how I'm understanding it? And you do probably have good enough internet to do that stuff. I think we have good enough internet to do that stuff now. Yeah, it's been nice. I like Joe's internet. Our internet. She looked at me like, hey, hey, yo, it's our internet now. Yeah, we got like 300 down and 400 up. So it's technically supposed to be symmetrical, but I will not complain having even faster upload times. And I think that should be enough bandwidth to be able to do portal streaming as well. But oh, I barely watched a YouTube video yesterday. Like watched a few technically, but like finding the time, I think that's the biggest thing. I think the fact that you can do so at work is pretty cool to me. But only after the Motorola fools leave, of course. Your life is so empty that you gotta try to stir up shit with hippies. Read the room, moron. Uh, I see the comment. I like clicked on it because I do read the hate comment. You know, getting called a beta liberal. I am neither liberal. I think I would call myself a centrist, and I don't know what the beta means even.
Is it like below alpha?
I think it's a other thing. Like there is alpha. Maybe omega is what I'm thinking about as the other thing. I think beta might be the yeah maybe. Hmm.
Beta, I think, is the second.
The second one. Yeah, one of the troopers. I don't think I want to go down this conversation because it's so stupid. It makes me like it doesn't. I don't think it's gonna add any value to any of our lives going down this rabbit hole. Love to you, Sam. Thank you. Swagged out Asians, Melt. I know exactly what you mean. They were all over the place when I was a student at Temple University. Yeah. Dad knows what I mean. I really like the way they dressed. I don't think I was swagging out as hard as they are at that point in my life either, right? Maybe I picked up some tricks. Hello, lovelies. Hello, Verengova. Welcome. Is your life so empty that you assume everyone is empty if you don't like what they say? I think it's more a matter of like if you have to like shake the metaphorical can that is your mind, and the only thing that comes out is beta liberal. All right, like there has to be very little going up, going on inside there, right? Because that's like the most generic, like
He said he's like, got him.
got it. I got. What's the pink scarf about? It was a creative choice today. To those who really care, I make art. I am artist, and I make these things. I make these things. All right, those little stickers is what I be making, and I make them by taking a photo of my clothing every single day. So today, for example, my flower will have blues, reds, blacks, and pinks as a part of its color palette. And that is kind of why I chose this card today. I looked at the shirt and I was like, this shirt looks like it could go well with pink. There you go, hoodie. I hope that's what you wanted. You came in here with Miracle Whip. Sam dogging on him. I said kind of the same thing, but I think Sam's is better. You came in here with the Miracle Whip version of insult, my guy. I determined you were too pathetic to outright ban. That's how bad that attempt was. I love that. Okay, good morning. You asked them not to smoke in their house. That's so wild. It was one, not their house. Yeah. It was the apartment that was paid for by the school. Sorry? You said that in the comments too. Yeah, it was the apartment that was paid for by the school, right? So technically, it was school property. I could say something like, "Yeah, and you shouldn't smoke on school property because children." However, in China, the teachers and the parents would actively offer me cigarettes. So much. If like I'm not joking, every single time I would have a class come in, at least one of the dads would come up to me and go, takes out 2 cigarettes and gives me 2 cigarettes. Not one, every time gives me 2 cigarettes. And then I would go, thank you, because I was told that you do not say no. When you're offered a gift, you don't say no. It's an affront to the person offering you. Like, are they trying to be nice and you're saying no to their 2 cigarettes? And then I would re-gift those 2 cigarettes later. So, two loose cigarettes. Be like, hey, you want? And there would be the same guy that I would give them to all the time. Bruce. No, is it Bruce? No, he had like some sort of. He gave himself like a generic white guy name. His name was not actually Bruce, but he would call himself Bruce, and he would ask me to call him Bruce instead of on his real name. And I was like, why? Why? But he would like my cigarettes that I would give him. You're so full of interesting stories. Thank you, Veringova. I'm happy to share them. Little by little, shared apartment. Yet, you're a horrible house guest sharing her apartment. For what it's worth, okay, she had the nicer room too. The nicer bed. She had a balcony. Yeah, I don't think I was being unreasonable. Yeah, yeah. I'm totally so perturbed now. This is me. I'm so angry. How dare that person say such things? Don't they know my life is harder than theirs? Don't they realize that I struggle? You're not struggling. This I was eating my damn birthday cake with a spork. Oh, my mom would fucking lose her mind. Oh, she'd be like, "What are you doing? Straight to cake jail with you or whatever." Do you have abs? I do. I do. I skipped yours, but I personally think he's great sharing this. Oh, that's cute. That is so cute. Yeah. Yeah, I have roommate sitting on that couch right now. And guess what? I don't smoke inside. And if I did, she would be like, "Can you do that on the sunroom?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, that would be very thoughtful of me to not put a bunch of carcinogens in the air that we both breathe all the time. Use our bodies as air filters." I really like that line with Kelsey. Kelsey brings over this. Uh, no, I'm talking about those plastic wreath. What were they called? What do you call them? Vines. Yeah, vines. Like plastic vines, essentially. And they have these little leavesies on them, and those little leavesies are made of these thin strips of plastic. And we worked on those things or touched them maybe a total of, I want to say, like 5 minutes of like actively engaged time touching them. And there were so many microplastics on our table afterwards that it made me heebie jeebies. And then she put that thing up for a moment on our fridge. And then I had this whole moment of joking about like, I'm taller than Joe, so I'm going to be breathing in all of the microplastics, sacrificing my body as filter to make sure the microplastics don't get into the air, and I'll keep them all in my balls. I still got you to laugh. That's what I wanted. uh, how was your first American Valentine's Day? It was nice. I baked cookies with Joe. We took those cookies to Kelsey. Well, Kelsey and Andrew ate almost all of them the same night. Yeah, I sent her a message. They ate them that night, almost all of them. And I saw you like put some extra in there for them, and they almost ate all of them. Yeah, I think they might have shared with the kid, but yeah, they liked them. This guy knows how to bake. Yeah, your dad also wants more. He's like, "Want more, please? Can have more?" I told your mom that I'll come over to her place and bake a whole batch for them. To show her the ropes too, how I do. Would be fun. So it was nice. It was really nice. Me and Joe also went up the lake a little bit. We saw some lakeside water, saw some rocks floating on ice. So we didn't get to see much sunset light because it was a little bit overcast and like a little bit grayish. But yeah, it did look very blue. Did look very blue as the light was coming through on the water. Yeah, and then we came back and we finished our night by watching Shrinking. Have you seen Shrinking? If you haven't seen Shrinking and you want to watch something really uh, emotionally laden, especially as it relates to relationships in life. That show has some has some stuff, has some good that will make your heart feel things.
We had a charcuterie plate and we had a spotlight.
You're right. I feel like we actually did a lot. Yeah. No, Joe made us like a whole charcuterie plate, like packed out things beautifully. Cooked me, basically me. She had some of it. She did buy enough ingredients to cook too, but we didn't feel that package, so she almost like cooked me a steak dinner with broccoli and sweet potato and what am I missing? Mushrooms and onions. That's it. Yeah, was very delicious. And then we also had a bath. We had a nice bath together. Yeah, with some Epsom salts and oils. Was nice. It was a very nice Valentine's. How was yours, Kate? Dan says, I hate Windows, man. Forced to use it at work as well, Sam. Yeah, I mean, I think Linux is becoming more and more an option. It's getting pretty good, at least. I have a brand new Mac Mini, sitting in my office that I haven't set up for a month. Maybe do that today, I guess. You can do it. I think Joe also has a Mac Mini, right?
It's reset up once more.
Yeah, it's now newly set up. They are very affordable, really good computers. So in that way, I'm happy that you got one. Okay, that thing should last you a while. Yes, it's a remote streaming device and I can game at work with very low latency on my PS5 portal. Pretty cool. Calling someone a beta is the same insult as a second banana. It means lesser. It's an insult, so he got called out for it. I don't really take it as an insult, right? I think, if anything, what he was trying to get at was trying to get me to prove my own alphaness. And I think that's the real juice he's trying to squeeze from this orange, right? And be like, oh yeah, I'll snap you in half. Oh, I'll fucking choke you out. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll fuck. But if I, yeah, you'd like that. You think that's funny? You think that's funny? Do I look intimidating to you, Zobird? Huh? Hello, he's waving at me. Shh. Don't tell her. Don't tell her I'm showing. Oh, I wasn't showing you. I was just, you don't know. There, she's gonna see herself now. I should have switched over, but without telling you. Hey, Zoberby. Hey. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hello. You cute dude. Are you saying hi to me? Hmm? Hello. Hello. Hello, birdie birdie. Hi. I'm saying a hello. I'm trying to get my second lens to kick in. Hi. He's a cutie. It's nice to see you being all happy, Zoberty. He hasn't been biting at the cage in a while. I did spend some time with him yesterday. I did like tell him to stop at some point. No, he was gnashing cage. And then I would go, stop. Stop. And then he would like look at me like, and then he would, he does. I can see it. He does know. Yeah. He knows. I went to China in the 80s and pretty much everyone smoked everywhere. They still pretty much do. Like, it's very interesting. That was almost like the biggest culture shift for me. It's like smoking, and especially smoking indoors, is not okay in South Africa. And they were just doing it, smoking indoors. And it was like, oh, I don't want to be inside these buildings. And I was a smoker at the time, and I remember thinking, wow, this is a lot of smoking. When you're a smoker and you're like, yo, these people are smoking. I thought I was smoking. These people smoke. Yeah, I met many a Chinese man who would smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day. I can't believe Moto is here, y'all. Killing my holiday at work fun. Are they still not leaving? Don't they know? Don't they know that you have PlayStation Portal and all you want is to be alone in the office? Have you let them know that that's what you want? If I let them know, Mel, then they're gonna know. That's true. We want them not to know. I have some baths. I love some baths that sound nice, Mel. Yeah. I don't I don't think I have actually taken that many baths. I think I've taken more baths since I got here than I have in the last year.
Two?
I think I maybe took one in the last. I think I don't know. I think I maybe took one in the last 2 years. Actually, it's just too involved. I have to. I have to be there in the water. You know.
I love that.
I do like it. Like you saw, I like it. It's just a matter of, It's a shower I can do in like 5 to 15 at most minutes, right? And then I've done it. It's done. A bath is something completely different. It's you're supposed to not be done or whatever. You're done when you're done instead of done when you know you're done. Oh my goodness, you don't shower? Never.
You like exclusively shower.
I never ever shower. I am growing a whole new interesting fungus. No, just stop. On my thin layer of skin, and it's bulletproof. That's the cool thing. That's why I don't shower. As soon as I shower, then I wash off my bulletproof layer. Can't have that. Can't have any of that.
America becomes bulletproof.
Because it needs to. I need to become bulletproof. I'm American now, dude. Don't you know? But Joe is right. I pretty much exclusively shower. Like showering is. I have like a whole process. I I start with warm water. I get myself all washed, and then I've been doing cold showers afterwards. I think I only have missed one day. That day that I wanted to show you my process. For some reason, I didn't do the cold shower, but pretty much every day.
Really? You've been doing a cold shower daily?
Yeah, I mean end of shower cold, so not full cold shower, but yeah, I've discovered American cold shower is not the same as South African cold shower. Like Joe's thing has like a range as well. Like all the way here is hot, all the way there is cold, and then pretty much from here it starts being cold, right? And then I'll put it in half, and it'll be cold, like cold enough for me to not want to be in it, and then I'll stand there until I am comfortable being in it, and then I'll make it colder, and then it'll be so uncomfortable I don't want to be in it, and then eventually I'll be okay with being in it, and then still there's like this last sliver, like that much of a range where it gets like burning, where it like hurts when it touches you, and then I put it there for as long as I can tolerate, and then I usually like get my chest hit by that freaking freezing water, and then I get out, and it feels like I get to check all of these boxes, right? Have nice shower, check. Wash body, check. Get cold exposure, check. Wear a bath is a whole.
It's hot.
Yeah, hot the whole time. Ideally, it needs to remain hot. Like I don't think anybody likes a cold bath necessarily. I did take a cold bath when I think the last bath I took might have been that cold one where I was singing in the water. I think so. I added a bunch of salts, cold water to a bath, big bath, and then I submerged my ears in the water line.
Where is this?
This is in my mom and my dad bath. Have you seen it? You remember what I'm talking about? You haven't been in their room. Shower on this side, toilet on this side, bath in the middle. Yeah, that bath. And submerge my ears, and then I would go, and it would change the way my ears hear the sounds that I make. And I found that pretty neat. And I was like, interesting. But that was the last time. And that was a while ago. Oh, wait a second. Technically, me and you, like those were, I think, all the baths that I had taken was when you came over to South Africa. Yeah, technically. Like I'm talking about just me for myself. taking a bath. But yeah, what are we? Who knows? We're here. We're here. I think that's really the most important part, right? We're here, and the rest doesn't matter, right? And nobody cares. And you should be stoked about that. I think that is today's lesson. That is the juice that I'm squeezing. She's putting away them parrot. Now, hey, Gorgon is here. Hey, Gorgon. How you doing, friend? I am about to pull a card. So I wonder if you friends know the rules of this game. If you're new here, I pull one of these cards. They are sacred geometry. Yeah, this Joe turns the AC down so it doesn't kick on when I'm streaming. And I'm sitting here in my t-shirt like, this is fine. She's covered in a bunch of blankets like, somebody help me. Somebody send help. All right. I think I'm going to try and shuffle this deck a little bit.
Sacred geometry?
Yeah. Yesterday I pulled one of the other cards. All right. I will now proceed to flare these cards, and I would appreciate if you would tell me when to stop. Yum, wum, wum. Yum, yum, yum. I'm sure there's some sort of satisfaction in the community to just not say stop. Let's see how long he goes. Let's see if he'll keep going forever. It's usually a physical limitation. Like my forearm starts cramping. Hey, Dan, give me a stop. Nice. Ooh. Ooh, this literally feels like the perfect card to go with today's stream topic. Today we talked about caring in so many words, right? About asking who we are in the face of caring. In the face of it doesn't matter, right? Who you are matters, but everything else doesn't. We pulled Shadow and Grace. I think Dan is going to relate to this card a little bit as well. I knew it was that card. You knew it was this one? You can feel it, huh? Shadow and Grace. What a perfect card for this stream topic. Is those Blue Jays? Yeah. They're Blue Jays. Look at, like, not all of them. Check on two in the back, I think, are Blue Jays. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
You can see their little faces. Yeah.
Corvids.
The Corvids. And the wolves flanking, of course, in the corners. And the fiery tree reaching up, her arms to the sky, to the solar energy blasting down on us. Shadow and Grace. Let me read to you, friends, what this card has to say. Card number 62. Contrast and choice. Bro, that's some Darth Vader shit. Shadow and Grace. Oh, yeah. Contrast and choice are the key themes of this card as well. And it goes as such. Standing solid. Amid radiant geometry, a golden tree being stretches her arms toward the light of spirit, spiraling in from above. She is confident in her life choices and in her ability to both transmit and receive this brilliant energy. In stories told throughout the world, ravens and crows are seen as communicators and magical assistants. They take wing and swirl elegantly through the scene, providing shadowy contrast to the golden light. This card suggests that there is shadow and contrast in your current circumstances. You may be required to make choices and act with genuine awareness in a situation that you might rather avoid. Contrast and challenge are useful signs, providing you with an indicator that change is needed. Look closer at your position and evaluate your options. Know that you always have a choice in the matter. You always have a choice in the matter. Have confidence that by the grace of your inner light and the integrity of your intentions, you will be guided towards right action. Two singing wolves flank this card, suggesting you view your current position from a stance of grace and personal confidence. Know you are protected in your decision to make conscious choices for yourself and for the good of all. I don't know if I pulled it upside down, but I like to read the upside down meaning as well. And it goes, the world feels full of shadows. Walk in the sunshine and find any way you can to lift your mood and feel the grace of your being. What a card. I can't believe how many. Thank you, Sam. Dan. Thank you, Dan. I knew that one wasn't going to be nice, but I was going to make fun of him. Can't believe something people without job. Let me see. Oh, I'm a funk job. That's funny. Yeah, you better start believing it, bro. Like, I'm gonna probably amaze you with this next sentence. There are 8 billion of us on planet Earth. YouTube is but a small microcosm of the larger thing. You will already got Boyedit. You're my favorite deputy. Nice. Nice. Sheriff and deputy. Gunslinging. You come and try and share hatred. Better be careful. Better be careful. Dan and Sam make a good team in the togetherness that they show up with. Yay! This device is fully charged.
That plant above you. I love that spider plant.
This one, hanging down, it is pretty. So you got a new snake plant. Mm.
Yeah, it was a rescue.
Oh, I did notice it just like suddenly in the corner there. I was like, isn't that new?
Biggest snake plant.
You got.
I don't have any great big snake plants.
The one in the back is cute.
It's a whale fin over there.
It's a whale fin. Yeah. Just talking about those. Some of the snake plants, but there's one in there as well. It'll make its way amongst the plants. Surely. Quicker than we know, even. Yeah. No, they are. I mean, a dude did a whole YouTube video. I don't know if you saw that YouTube video where he had like barrels of algae. Is it a type of algae? Is this spirulina? One of the two. Where he basically tried to produce all the oxygen he breathes in a space by pumping his own carbon dioxide through tanks and then letting the spirulina or fungus or algae produce all of the oxygen in the vats, but he couldn't get the scale to work. So I think it does purify the air, helps clean, it helps like absorb some of the carbon dioxide we breathe, for example. But you need so much biomass to actually.
Yeah, I didn't actually ever believe that.
Mm.
But they make the house look nice.
They do. It makes the house look nice and feel more alive, and I think that's the real self in me. I don't understand the game. We don't make any of this fun for that. Yeah, I think that's maybe it. I think maybe it is fun to say something profanity-laden enough or unaware enough that you want to ban it.
Instant gratification of dopamine, like it's a dopamine button when they're like, "He, I said a thing. Now they're reading it. I made them feel a thing."
He said something about it. I'm just suddenly seeing a bunch of Hoopy. Like there's 3 different instances of Hoopy. happening on my screen at the same time, and I'm like,
On Discord?
no, like one is this, two is Discord, one is Patreon. All right, I am now going to show you a flower and then read you its accompanying poem. Technically, I did two yesterday because I was very mindful with the way I spent my time on Valentine's Day. I can't feel good. It can't feel good to be on the other side of a bardic clapback. Yeah, and Sam rolls nat 20s every time. All right. Never misses. Just blasts. There we go. That's one of them. You're looking for a challenge, Sam, and we provide. That's so funny. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is the Valentine's Day flower. And this doesn't exactly look like a heart, but I felt like it was. There's a little heart there, technically. But it felt like heart adjacent. Like a heart and a shield came together to be the same thing. Right?
No, it'll stay there. You can like eat one.
And then the poem will go as such. I'll read you two. This is the first one. Tristan comments on this one. She said, "What sage wisdom about love? I haven't thought about it that way. But once I read your words, it rang so true. I'm so thankful for you and happy you have such deep love in your life." No, Tristan. As deep as you've gone. Flower on the Patreon. As deep as you've gone. Love can only sit as deep as you have gone. I used to think it was chemistry, timing, luck. Two people arriving at the same hour with matching hunger, but hunger is loud, and loud things do not rest well together. There is a quiet beneath wanting, a place in you that is not negotiating, not proving, not asking to be chosen. If you haven't sat there alone long enough to stop fidgeting, you will ask another person to sit in that unrest with you and call it closeness. What if love is not found in pursuit but in preparation? Not in finding someone to calm your waves, but in learning which part of you are water and which are wind. Meditation is not distance from love, it is rehearsal. It is sitting with yourself until your own presence doesn't feel like absence, until silence is no longer a threat. Because if you cannot stay with your own mind without reaching for distraction, how will you stay with another heart when it grows quiet? There is peace that does not depend on being held. Find that, not so you may need less love, but that your love is not a request for rescue. Peaceful people do not complete each other, they recognize each other. They meet without gripping, they care without collapsing. If we can make inner stillness the devotion, love stops feeling urgent, it starts feeling inevitable. So sit, not to escape the world, not to perfect yourself. Sit until you are steady enough to let someone love you without asking them to carry what you have not faced. Love can only rest where there is room for it. Go make room, my friends. Go make rooms in your life for that love to exist. They're looking for a challenge, Sam, and we provide. That's why we aren't beta Sam. Alphas provide. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so overused. Do better. The Chris Pratt. Yeah, again, like I want you to be very creative in your dissing of me. And again, getting called Chris Pratt, I find that I take this as a compliment more than anything. So it's like, thanks. No, I thanks. I say thanks. Donkey. Donkey, ek weet ek like, this is mens. I know I look like a person. I'm sure you do too. I think you're proving you're a quick study to what is worthy. That's what Hoopy said. Thanks, Hoopy Hoopy. I think you're swell. I'll say just. I think you're just swell. Does that sound nice? Or does it sound like I'm being patronizing? Just I think you're. I think you're just swell. I think you're just, just the swell. I think you're swell, hoops.
You should say swole.
I think you're swole. I'm typing swole right now. No, I shouldn't. I think you're swell. You are worthy. That's what I've learned. Participation plan. I did like that title. Participation plan.
The green one.
This is the last one, yeah. The green and orangey white one. This is the flower that goes alongside it. Crisp. Now that's funny. It's like the Big Mac of insults. Sure, it seems satisfying when you hit send, but after, I think even you know you can do better than that. Mine's not. It's like not an insult. He said Aggo crisp bread, which I also maybe that's like some sort of other like Walmart or something. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like I don't know why they thought this is a good idea. Like
Yeah, I hate that.
I never asked for that. Never ever have I ever used it either. Like stop. Stop my computer. I did not ask.
It's like a diamond.
It does have some diamondy vibes. Very, very clean. That white energy comes through with so much power.
It's like icy.
Very icy. Very shattery. Yeah. Witness your eyes. And now lend me your ears, so I may read to you the poem that accompanies. It's called Participation Plan. The plans of the world we live in live on in ways that planners couldn't know. Plans fall apart and new plans were made to build them back up again. There is something to learn in that for me, that usefulness might not be immediately seen, lost in the confusion of what is worthy, felt behind. I should have said left. Oopsie, I had a typo. I put a typo in my poem. I'm gonna fix it right now. It's supposed to be left, not felt. I mean,
The right letters were there.
yeah, it's basically the same word. Basically, don't laugh at me. I'm dyslexic. There is something to learn in that for me, that usefulness might not be immediately seen, lost in the confusion of what is worthy, left behind because forward was somewhere else. I plan to keep being this self, live as if there is a plan even greater than my own, eons of complexity to be here right now, planning my participation. I plan on participating tomorrow again with you friends, but I'm happy that we participated today. What a pleasure to share flowers and pull cards, talk about how nothing matters, and yet realizing that you do. I appreciate you friends for mattering here with me. I'll do it again soon with you tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. So much love to you. Thank you, Dan and Sam, for keeping the space safe as well. Love you, everyone. Till we do it again tomorrow.